This morning, I have a very sad truth for you. You might be pronouncing your vowel sounds perfectly in American English, but something is getting in the way. And that something is your consonant sounds. What I see over and over again with students, as in fact working with them, even just yesterday on this, is that we can be pronouncing the most perfect vowel sound in the world. Let's maybe do, like, for instance, a schwa sound. A schwa sound sounds like uh, like in like was or fun. But the problem is that you could be pronouncing that sound perfectly, but as soon as you add some consonant sounds around it, the whole sound changes. Like, for instance, you can say great, but maybe trying to say un becomes harder because maybe instead of saying un, you say on. So again, hear that, like on, uh, on. Or another example, let's look at the other side of this. Maybe if you put a B sound in front of a schwa, something similar happens. Like you do like ba. That's not the same sound. Uh ba, but it needs to be ba uh ba. So today that's what we're going to focus on. I'm going to show you some of the most problematic consonants that we see in American English, and we're going to try to make sure that our vowels are unaffected by whatever consonant sounds we throw around them. Good morning, guys. Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show, which is Wake Up American. We are here Monday through Friday, typically between the hours 7 to 8 a.m. New York, to make sure that you can get in your 5 to 10 minutes of pronunciation practice for today, because that's what it takes. If you're serious about pronunciation, you got to show up for yourself. I show up for you. Good morning again. My name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. It's one of the four keys to a natural sound in American English, including placement, pitch, breath. Trying to weaken your consonant sounds in order to strengthen your vowel sounds. By the way, all these consonant sounds and vowel sounds that we're going to be talking about today, if you want to continue testing them to make sure you don't run into these issues, I strongly encourage you to check out also the sponsor of our Web American streams, which is Elsa. You're going to see in the description in the comments, I have a link where you can get Elsa for free and take their pronunciation tests, so that way you can start studying these aspects of vowels and consonants to make sure you're avoiding these problems, to make sure your vowels aren't becoming other vowel sounds by mistake, because an sound does not need to become an sound, or an sound does not want to become an sound. We have to be careful with these. All right, so here's going to be our central topic for today, these words. So I'm going to just kind of show you some quick things to avoid. So our first word here is the word punish. Punish, and our central vowel, the stressed one, is going to be that schwa sound again, that so we need to make sure that that stays the same after P's. P's are dangerous consonants because they want to pop. They're called plosives, like in the word explode, because they pop open. So when we say because your lips are going to press together and then open again. So we need to make sure that that opening and closing is not too dramatic. Okay, it's like just try to do that 3 or 4 times. Minimal contact with your lips. So again, punish, punish. What we don't want to happen is become punish, punish, because punish is not quite the same vowel as punish. Okay, we want a crispier, cleaner sound. Schwa. A similar consonant to that, to P sounds that can cause problems, is a B sound. Same thing here with like bubble. So we don't want to say bobble, bobble. We want to say bubble, bubble. So make sure, do your schwa sound first, and then add your B, buh, buh, buh. And it can work the other way too. Like it could be the consonant after your vowel sound that's causing the problem. So like make sure you're saying and not like ob. Just be careful of that. It's like bubble, bubble. Our next word here is the word moon. The issue with moon is this N sound. The letter N you might be pronouncing in a way that doesn't sound as natural in American English. Here's a way to check. When you say the letter N, what sound does an N make? If you think an N sound makes like a sound, close but not quite. In American English, we're expecting more of a Here, there's seen and Hear a difference. It's important because that higher one, that is a higher placement, and so I'm shifting where I project sound from, and so I need to make sure that instead I use a lower placement. If I use a higher placement, and if I use that n sound, it's going to make all the sounds around it also want to go high. So a word like moon, moon can become moon, moon, or even in worse case scenarios, we might even break the vowel completely and say like moon, moon. We see this a lot, especially with like Asian languages like Korean, and at times Japanese and Chinese. So we gotta be really careful with this. So again, it's not. Let's actually just link the vowel to the consonant to demonstrate. So again, you want an oo sound. Notice that my lips are straight. Oo. It's like oo, oon, moon. Oo, oon, moon. Oo, oon, moon. Oo, oon, moon. We don't want oo, oon, moon. It's oo, oon, moon. We also don't want oo, moo, or a oo, oon, moon. We don't want that too. So try to keep your lips relatively relaxed. Same idea also with the word here, rain. So we want to make sure that that end sound has a low placement. Otherwise, your A sound will go very tense. And you'll say, instead of saying rain, you'll say rain, rain. But we want to say rain, rain. It's like A, ain, rain, A, ain, rain. So it's not A, ain, A, ain. It's A, ain, A, ain. Be careful of that. Next, sometimes what consonants want to do is they want to completely just like swallow all the space and all the breath. We're going to see this with our next word. This next word is car. So it's going to be very helpful if we can kind of open up that ah sound a little bit before the So don't just say r, because now I'm really blocking a lot of breath and my placement's really high. We want to try to get a little bit more open here, more breath through the throat and the diaphragm. So it's more r, r. Here at the difference between r, and r. It's a placement thing. I'm projecting lower. I'm also widening my throat. Okay. So we want to say R, car, not R, car, R, car. Okay. Similar idea with this next word as well. We're surrounded by these D's, and what D's tend to want to do is they tend to want to squeeze the vowel between them, and we don't want that to happen. We want to give enough space to our vowel. So we want to say like dead, dead. Okay, we don't want to say dead. No, we want to say dead. We gotta give enough space to our vowel sound. Do not compress your vowels. The vowels are the motor. We need to make sure the motor can breathe. And our last word here is fell. Similar idea here with that L sound. It's very common in English to use a sound called a dark L instead of a light L. What that basically means is that when you see an L sound, instead of doing like a L, like you may be doing in your first language, I would personally recommend making a sound that's more similar to like oh. And I know that sounds very different, right? So that's going to completely change how this word sounds. Because if I say L, fell, you can see it's going to be a little tighter sound than if I do L, fell. See how much more air is able to come through. L, fell, L, fell, L, fell, L, fell. All right, guys, so those give you some consonant sounds I want you to be aware of. One way, again, you can check to make sure that your consonants are not impacting your vowels or to make sure you're giving enough space to your vowel sounds, again, is to take that pronunciation test, which also has given us access to for free, because you get to premium membership and you get to try out stuff for a little bit of time. So I encourage you, if you're interested in practicing vowel sounds and consonant sounds, among other things in pronunciation, be sure to check out. Also, I think you guys will like it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Look, there's a lot of pronunciation resources out there, so the fact that you spent a little bit of your day here with me is greatly appreciated. I will see you all later. Hope you guys have a good day and a good night and a good afternoon. Take care.